Hello and welcome to the Dominion Daily for May 6th, 2026. We've got Empires and Allies today. And we've got Temple. Oh, and Donate. Okay, well, never mind about Temple then. Oh, and Broker. So yeah, we have some other trashing options, but Donate. I mean, I'm not going to say that we definitely won't play with the other trashers, but Donate is definitely the trasher of choice. Um, Not a ton of draw here. Royal Galley is effectively draw on the second turn. Enchantress is draw. Broker can be draw if you trash something expensive enough. And I guess with League of Shopkeepers, that does make that a little bit more appealing. It does take a lot of favors to get there, but if you can make the broker non-terminal, that is helpful. Okay, the Royal Galley Errata is not here, which I guess is not too surprising. No particular reason that should have been released at the same time. Probably doesn't matter too much anyway. So yeah, in terms of plus actions, Royal Galley on the duration turn is also providing an action. Villa obviously provides actions. Oh, I guess Sycophant is here to give us potentially more shopkeepers stuff as well. And so speaking of that, well, okay. First of all, broker can be plus actions anyway. Again, if you trash something, expensive, it doesn't need to be that expensive to give you net plus actions, but with League of Shopkeepers, it gets a little bit more efficient at that. And then also because Sycophant already starts with +1 action, Sycophant would also be a village if you, or would be plus actions if you have League of Shopkeepers active. There's no draw to X here, though, so actually playing Sycophants doesn't look terribly appealing. In terms of gains, we've got plus buy from Villa, we've got conditional plus buy from Galleria. Forum at least gives you a buyback when you gain it. League of Shopkeepers also eventually gives plus buy, so Sycophant and Broker can both get plus buy. And then we've got some nasty attacks in Barbarian and Legionary that we potentially have to deal with, as well as the Enchantress attack. So there's a couple of big questions to me. First of all, like, well, I guess what are we trying to do? Maybe three big questions. Number one, what are we trying to do? Number two, I mentioned a bunch of sources of gains, but how are we gaining, like, if we want to do stuff with Broker, can we gain expensive enough stuff for that to work? Like, in other words, can we actually use Broker for draw? Because the other draw is pretty limited. Or is it too expensive to be gaining the cards to then feed to Broker? Because, like, we don't have, like, a gold gainer or anything like that here. And then the final question is, of course, like, how do we open? How do we set up our donate? Yeah, I'm not feeling. Nothing is jumping out to me as like, oh, this is the obvious direction to go. I think we will want to play with Legionary Gold. That attack is pretty brutal. And if we could get there early, that would probably be good. Hmm. Other than that, I mean, like in the early going, I mean, I guess we could get like an early villa that would be. I mean, potentially, if we want to play with multiple terminals starting from very early, we could buy a villa on the turn that we donate. Which doesn't necessarily answer the question of how to open, but it's worth keeping in mind. Since buying a villa, of course, you get the buy back effectively. Uh, I mean, I guess we could consider like getting a broker and then keeping some number of estates to trash with it. And or picking up like a sycophant and trashing that or something. I hmm. Yeah, I'm really not sure. One one line might be to so if we were to open broker's sycophant, have three favors, and then if we go ignoring what we might see, oh, I guess we might not even hit four turn three. I was thinking we go then we go villa donate. The risk is that we don't see four on turn three, but okay, I guess just for the sake of illustration, we go for turn three, we get to buy villa donate. We just say, for the sake of argument, that we see four coppers in a state and nothing else. Then we broker, like we trash down to broker some number of estates, villa sycophant. I guess it probably wouldn't be any more than two estates. You broker an estate for favors. Now by then we'd have five favors because we'd have the two from gaining the sycophant, and then sycophant actually makes four money at that point, and we'd be able to play it like because we have the villa, we'd be able to play villa first and then broker and then sycophant discarding estates. We get 4 coins, and we would be discarding a card, so we would get the money. And then the next turn, I guess the issue is then the next turn, like it would be, we wouldn't have a card to discard unless we had kept three estates and risked bottom decking one of the cards we want to see. Maybe this is not such a such a good line after all. Hmm. I really want to make the shopkeepers thing work, but I don't know. But I don't know what else to put into my deck early is the other thing. Like none of the other cards that cost less than 5 are doing a whole heck of a lot early on. I mean, we could just go with silver, I guess, but uh like we're not going to need the draw from Enchantress. We're not going to need the effects of Royal Galley. If we do the line that I was talking about, like we're not going to be able to buy anything that first turn after donating, so we're not going to be able to like get another card such that then we have something to discard with Sycophant while also having something to trash with Broker. I suppose we could have like a turn where all we do is we play Villa and then play Sycophant and discard and get 5, and then we get to buy something, and then the next turn, like, you know, we have another thing. But I mean, at that point, hmm, hmm. I really wish there was a draw to X card here. It would work so nicely with Villa and Sycophant. Not to mention it would counteract the Legionary attack. That would be... It'd make this whole thing seem a lot better. I just don't... I'm so lost for ideas here. Is there any chance... that if we didn't get the Villa turn 3 like I was talking about, that we'd still be able to afford it, like turn 4, having donated turn 3 is another question. What if we opened Broker Silver and planned to get Sycophant a bit later? That at least is more affordable. But... And we would, like, brokering a silver would, like, once we hit 5 favors, we'd want to get to 10, and an easy way to do that would be a broker estate, broker silver. It just still seems so hard to, like, be playing a deck that can afford to discard cards to Sycophant, though. in the long run, like, we got Enchantress. We can potentially just play a bunch of Enchantresses. And then, like, you know, we galley some stuff. That is effectively draw. And... But yeah, like, I mean, I guess something like brokering a gold every turn or whatever is not, like, out of the question as, like, as some additional draw, but I don't even know that it's worth doing the shopkeepers thing just for the sake of that anyway. Yeah, I know I'm taking forever here, but I just don't know how to play this board, I think. I think I'm just gonna open Broker Silver and see what happens. The bot does the turn 1 donate. Okay, then. Okay, then. Okay, we can do the Villa donate thing if we want to. I think that's what I want to do. I mean, we will have a lot of debt. But we're going to want a Villa anyway. We might as well get it now when we can get money back from it sooner. All right. Three, four, five, six. So probably want to trash one estate. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Or just 3. Barbarian, if we were to keep all three of our state... okay. Just do this. I think we gotta just take coins here. Oh shit, I didn't think about that interaction. Ugh. That's pretty obnoxious. Alright, do we take the sycophant? Problem is... I don't think we do. Ah. Well, okay, maybe now we take a galley. Could also be another villa. I already dislike this greatly, the barbarian thing. I don't want to deal with it. I'm wondering if I should go for legionary gold stuff first. We want to do that. Probably the easiest way to do it is to take the villa now, and then we have 6 coins for a gold. Although we could broker one of the silvers, provided... Yeah, we could... If we want to try to maintain a small enough deck that we're not getting our good cards barbarianed, we take a galley. The galley can be pigged if necessary. Yeah. Okay, I'm convinced. Okay, so... Unfortunately, we are going to go above 5 cards now. I don't know what to do about that. Alright, I guess I'll take an Enchantress. We don't need... We don't need the galley, or we don't need the villa to get a legionary. We also don't need the... Like, gallying the Enchantress doesn't do anything, so... Curse to curse, okay. I'm okay with that. Alright. We want to galley the legionary. Probably. Although we don't get any plus buy that way. We could use the plus buy. Nine coins. We get a barbarian of our own. Get another galley, maybe. We're gonna want another enchantress, but we can get that next turn. I think getting the plus buy is pretty good. Oh my god. Alright. I do want to attack. I think I'll pig one of the galleys. Galley the villa. If we galley the villa, that's going to be the card that gets enchanted. We bottom decked our enchantress. That's not necessarily a bad thing. We can replace villa more easily. Alright. I don't think the order here matters at all. We definitely want another enchantress. It could be like Forum double enchantress. Oh, wait. Well, the timing on that's a bit awkward, isn't it? And we don't need... Yeah, we don't necessarily need the other enchantress right now, because we bottom decked the one. I mean, we could use a broker to trash the curse. It's all very unpleasant. Maybe we should just go ahead and get the two enchantresses? I mean, I don't know. Or like... We could get another villain now, I guess. And that would leave us with 8 coins. Villa Galley Broker, maybe? Oh my god! That's crazy. That's actually crazy. And we didn't see any galleys. Okay, then. Alright, well now we really do need to get another enchantress. I think I will do Forum double enchantress now. Oh boy. Well, this was unexpected. We're gonna need to be able to get another villa unless we draw one right here. Okay, I guess that's fine. We can play the barbarian and buy a villa. see. Didn't see our gold. Didn't see our barbarian. No attacking. I'll take the last enchantress. Do we want a sycophant? We do have this broker in the deck, so maybe. Silver to copper. Okay, that their barbarian has been shockingly ineffective. Okay, the bot finally got a gold, unfortunately. For a curse, well, that's not such a big deal either. We'll do that. So down there we have broker and then a copper. So we could... we probably don't want to play all three of these enchantresses. Oh, we have... we're not going to have any royal galleys. I wonder if we should do Villa gain and play stuff then. Get like Villa Galley. Piles are low. Wait, is there a win for me here? Can I get 4? If I get 4 curses, I'm at -3. Then I need a duchy and 2 villas. I have... probably the buys are going to be the problem. We can... we have 3 buys right now. We buy 2 villas. We still have 3 buys. And then, yeah, that's the limitation. League of Shopkeepers would eventually give us buys, but we'd have to... we'd need 7 favors. So that's not realistic. What if we bought Ritual to get our points? We buy 2 villas, we have 3 buys. Still. Then we're 1 buy short. We buy Curse, Ritual. We'd also need a card to trash. The gold would get us the points, would get us enough points. Like Enchantress... well, I guess Enchantress would too. We were already planning to take the 4 curses anyway, right? Yeah, so we could Ritual the Enchantress. So how do we squeeze 1 more buy out? Can we afford to get a Galleria? It only costs a net of 2 coins. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Potentially we can play the Sycophant. So we buy Galleria. Well, let's just say we're going to need to discard something with the form, but that could be 2 Enchantresses. Or Enchantress Sycophant. Oh, we also have the Broker. Alright, we might as well play this Villa. So we buy Galleria. Even if we just have these 10 coins. Go down to 5, then we play it, we're up to 8. We can afford the 2 villas, but then we only have 2 coins, so we have to broker, like, Enchantress. I guess actually brokering Sycophant would be just as good, because then we would get the coin, but whatever. And then... no, we wouldn't take favors. What am I talking about? Never mind. No, but trashing Sycophant gives us 2 favors. Okay, well, anyway, so... that should be just enough. I'm pretty sure. Galleria, Villa. Okay, so we discard Enchantress, Sycophant. We broker an Enchantress for coins. We buy Villa. We ritual. Wait, why do we still only have 3 buys? Because we spent a buy on Gallery and we couldn't get the Villa. Oh, shit. All right, hold on. Hold on. I wasn't thinking about the fact that Gallery wouldn't actually net me a buy. Fuck. That is not good. This Galleria buy was pretty pointless then. Damn it. What do we do now? We need to score. Yeah, if I could have gotten the Galleria in play and then bought the 2 villas, right? Where the it's like I have 1 buy, I have 2 buys. I buy the villa and I get a buy back to 2, and then I get another buy to 3, but I don't get the 4th buy without having another villa to buy. Yeah. And I don't think, yeah, there was no, this Galleria play was a mistake. Okay. So we should probably play all the Enchantresses. If we do, like, if we discard like this, we don't have any buys. 3 coins. 5 coins if we trash this. That is at least enough to get a duchy, and maybe that is enough to protect against a pile out, because the bot would have to take a bunch of curses. And it's already, it doesn't have any points. And then we can play all 3 of our Enchantresses, and at least we have a lot of draw for next turn. We'd actually have 6 coins because the broker's going to make an extra one from League of Shopkeepers. Which means that if we discard Enchantress, or double Enchantress, and just play 1, we can get to Province. Maybe we should do that. It's annoying, but... We're actually a coin up. Miscounted. Okay, hold on. All right. Well, that was a mess. It is a little tempting to take that villa. Deny the bot access to it, but it's probably not correct. Especially if it's going to legionary attack me anyway. Wonder if it's correct to take Sycophant. I don't think the additional shopkeeper's activation matters. It's a thing. An additional broker, I mean, what are the odds that we can actually see it? But it could still be, like, in terms of the amount of payload, it's the most payload that we can add if we're just trying to end the game. Yeah, probably broker. Okay. Okay. So we pick Enchantress. That seems clear. Gallia Villa, sure. Galley Villa, sure. Galley Forum, I guess. We are going to see the Galleria. So we should be able to do this. It's got to be Province Copper, right? I wonder if, can we end this on galleys rather than curses? I mean, the ritual thing is still on the table. It's like, we have enough buys. There's also the possibility that we play Barbarian and that gives the bot a curse. The broker presumably trashes Enchantress, although there is the question of what we ritual if we go that direction. But like hanging on to copper, the only reason to hang on to copper is if we just don't play the broker at all. And the argument for that would be, well, we have enough buys. So broker, Enchantress, broker, Barbarian, those are basically the same. So it makes more sense to play the Barbarian, and maybe we get to give out a curse. I mean, I think it's going to be easier to just buy 4 curses into Province. Like, that's probably in hand, right? And worry about the ritual thing. We have 5 buys. We have enough money for Province. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Wait, what if we... I mean, Broker Gold also gives us 3 coins. What if we do that, and then we do Ritual the Enchantress just for funsies? Like, we're 1 coin short of being able to double Province. Or no, wait, we broker the Enchantress and Ritual the gold. Yeah. Ooh, and... Oh, it's start of your next turn, never mind. I was to say, we could donate the curse. Curses, but we can still buy it. But we don't do it. Alright, well, I don't know. That I don't know what do we say about this board? It was terrible, for sure. But yeah, I don't know what I was doing. The bot, one of the reasons we did get to give out some curses, I mean, it managed to give us the one curse and then keep trashing curse to curse. But one of the reasons we gave out curses to the bot was because the bot donated down to 5 copper, which I don't know if that's correct or not. I feel like with as limited as the draw is here, it's probably worth, even if you're not trying to do anything fancy, probably worth going like double silver or villa silver or something, and then donating down to where you don't have the copper or have significantly less of it. I don't know. That aside, yeah, I don't know. This board just kind of it's just it's kind of a horrendous mess. Did the bot have, how much did it have turn one? I wonder if it had. I didn't pay attention how many coppers it played. Only 3. Okay, so it's just like turn 2, pay full in full, turn 3, get that barbarian. Hmm. I don't think I would have taken barbarian actually. There, I would have taken legionary. That gives you the money to then get the gold. And then honestly, you could get legionary and then you could get, I mean, you'd need to, so assuming you saw the legionary, you'd have 7 coins. So then you get the gold. And then I think the next turn you just donate again. And then like legionary gold is still a lot of money to pay that off quickly. You can get within, you know, 1 turn, like you have 1 turn off, and then you can get a 4 cost, probably a villa. Hmm. If this board wasn't so unpleasant, I would be more inclined to test that out myself and see how that goes. But it's pretty unpleasant, so I don't think I'm going to do that. But in any case, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.